my dad, the good Republican, was going to come to it, but he said, can't you find some nice Republican place to play? Like Ford Theater or something like that, you know? But so I finished the song just in time to do this song. It's called Number One in America. In 1963, in my hometown, Bristol, Tennessee, sitting on my mother's knee, watching Amos and Andy on TV. Amos Santa Claus on Christmas Eve, a little girl was tugging at his sleeve, singing, I have a doll, my own color, please. He said, honey, you can make believe. Just then came a call on the telephone. It was the mayor, asked if my daddy was home. This was for his ears alone. Mom and me listened on the second phone. They said, Freedom Riders are on their way, and they'll be here by Christmas Day. Our laws they vow to disobey. 'Cause our school's as wide as the Milky Way. Well, now we're really in a fix. Can't let them show us up like country hicks. Once we let the races mix, it's goodbye Jim Crow politics. First it's 40 acres and a mule, then they want to swim in our swimming pool. Pretty soon they'll be wanting to go to school. Well, we were taught the golden rule. Imagine them telling us how to live. Imagine them telling us how to live. We're number one in America, number one in America. Beat the drum for Uncle Sam, overcoming Birmingham. Axe handles versus a right to vote. Oh, white jury, that's all she wrote. Back at the bus, don't rock the boat. Separate but equal by the throat. That was 20-odd years ago. Where's the change in the status quo? The freedom land is lying low. It's shackled down on a rotten road. Yeah, the Ku Klux Klan is still around with a permit to march in my hometown, but only on Virginia's ground. The Tennessee side turned them down. Sheriff stood there with his deputies, ostensibly to keep the peace, but he made us this guarantee: by God, they'll not march into Tennessee. All the network cameras were triple-tiered. We laughed and cried, we hooted and jeered. Mostly we stood there unfeared till the Ku Klux Klan disappeared. In some far-off distant dawn, when a black is president and not a pawn, will they burn crosses on the White House lawn and talk of all those days bygone. Imagine them telling us how to live. Imagine them telling us how to live. We're number one in America, number one in America. Beat the drum for Uncle Sam, overcoming Birmingham. Dynamite in the Baptist church, 4 teenage girls lost in the lurch. Fire hoses in the billy clubs, police dogs and the racist thugs. Night riders in the lynching mob. Lawmen say they're only doing their job to stay number one in America. Christmas Eve at the Kmart store, a white family there, they was dirt poor. Father said, kids, pick one toy, no more, even though we can ill afford. I watched his son choose a basketball, the oldest girl a creosote shawl, the littlest girl chose a black-skinned doll, and she held it to her chest and all. I watched to see how they'd react, since they were white and the doll was black. But the mom and dad were matter of fact, they just checked to see if the doll was cracked. So may you make a rebel stand, where black and white go hand in hand, until they reach the freedom land, where the lion lies down with the lamb. Oh, number one in America, number one in America, beat the drum for Uncle Sam, overcoming Birmingham. Dynamite in a Baptist church, 4 teenage girls are lost in the lurch. Fire hoses and the billy clubs, police dogs and the racist thugs. Turn back the clock to Little Rock, bought and sold on the auction block. Night riders in the lynching mob, lawmen say they're only doing their job to stay number one in America. We shall overcome someday.